Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fallen Esports Twitch channel. I'm Rain and I'm here with another FACEIT Masters Division match. As you saw on the starting soon screen, it is going to be Way2Thanos versus the Fallen here. So I am super excited to get to watch another one of the Fallen's matches here in the Masters Division. And we have the FACEIT lobby getting ready to go here. It is Way2Thanos that gets to select the map that we go to. Of course, there's going to be a control map to start things off, as is the case with all these FACEIT matches. We do know where we are going for map number 1. But while they do the bans, I'm going to give you a quick introduction to these teams, starting with the Fallen, the home team here on our Twitch channel. We have Krigged and Martian on DPS, Bootchop on tank, Benji and Catch on the support here. And there are, of course, some substitutions that could be made throughout this series for the Fallen as well. Victory, Ghost, and Wed all sitting on the bench waiting to be subbed in if needed. And last time we did get to see, I believe, Ghost and Wed play in the last match. So maybe we will get to see them here as well. On the other side of things, Way2Thanos, it's Cameron, Zispa, Chain, Performance, Goose, and on their substitution bench, they have Hero, Kirito, and KMJ. Now, I mentioned that map, and it is going to be the Ilios map selection coming out from Way2Thanos, and some bans coming through as well. The lineups are just being finalized right now, but I am pretty sure I spotted an Echo ban from the side of Way2Thanos, so potentially it will be that kind of DPS protect ban slash maybe you want to play some Diva and you don't want to deal with that Echo, but does mean that the response ban from the Fallen is going to have to be a support or a tank, and they have selected a support to ban out. So there will be no Echo and there will be no Lucio here in where FACEIT Masters map 1 of Ilios. So I'll get those updated on our hero bans here. Lineups, it looks like it is going to be Victory in here for the Fallen. So I believe Victory is in on the DPS role. And on the side of Way2Thanos, it is going to be Kirito in. So otherwise, I did pretty good for guessing what the lineups were going to be for these two teams. So no Echo, no Lucio. Looks like we're just waiting on one from Way2Thanos to get into the lobby. But let me check here. Yes, so Victory is going to be in on the DPS role alongside Martian. All right. Should be a good match. And of course, as is the case with all of these FACEIT matches, it is a first to 3 here. So it's a best of 5. So we do have the potential to go to that map number 5. If we get all tied up. I'm taking a look at the stats here, and we got to see the Fallen take on Mouse 5 here on the stream not that long ago, and that was a 3-0. That happened on Monday. So coming off the back of a win here is the Fallen. On the side of Way2Thanos, though, they actually also coming off the back of a win against Mouse 5, because Way2Thanos played Mouse 5 on Wednesday, and that was also a 3-0 here. And looking at just the overall kind of scoreline, 3-3 here for Way2Thanos, and then 2-3 here for the Fallen. So the Fallen would really love to get a win here to get up to that 3-3 placement. Right now, the Fallen is sitting 10 to 11th, and over on the side of Way2Thanos, sitting at 5th to 9th here. So, of course, lots of strong teams in this NA Masters division. Including, I think the 3 teams that Way2Thanos lost to Ex Oblivione, Amplify, Iliad, Artemis, I believe those are the teams. Yeah, those are the 3 teams that the Fallen also lost to. So the losses are shared and the wins are shared as well. So Most 5 and Vivacity, it was a win for both Way2Thanos and the Fallen. So although they kind of sit in these, you know, kind of next to each other in the 3-3 versus the 2-3, I definitely think that this is going to be a banger of a match, just based on kind of the win-loss of these teams. Looks like Way2Thanos is still waiting for one to connect to the lobby here. Let me see if I can figure out who it is. Who are we waiting on? Oh, Cameron, Zispa are in here. Chain. We are waiting on Chain. Believe that's the tank player for Way2Thanos. Hopefully they can get into this lobby. I mean, they have a minute and a half to try and reconnect here and get Ilios started. And of course, if they don't connect, it's a forfeit. So we really don't want to have that happen. Even though it would go the way of the Fallen. Yay. We want to have a close series here. We want to get to watch some Overwatch. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on things here to see if they get a reconnect. But I'm gonna go back and look at some of these how this past match versus Mouse 5 went for Way2Thanos. It was a 3-0. I'm wondering if they played similar maps. I don't remember if we started on Ilios on Monday for the Fallen versus Mouse 5 matchup. Ooh, never mind. We will find that out later. We're ready to head into Ilios here. I'm just gonna do a quick little swap of the sides. We will get in. It is going to be a Lighthouse here to start things off. And again, no Echo, no Lucio on the board here. So we will have to see something a little bit different from both of these teams. I do suspect that without the Lucio, probably going to be over on that Mizuki. But let's check things out here. Get you some desktop sound.
Ready for battle.
All right. Oh, the FACEIT browser is giving my Overwatch a very hard time.
Tell the Ota to stop tagging on Hashimoto turf. If they catch him, he's screwed.
Just bear with me, folks. I'm a little bit frozen in the game here. There we go. All right, didn't miss any action. So it's going to be this Malga composition from the side of the Fallen. It is going to be the Mizuki for them, but the Ana Kiriko on the side of Way2Thanos. And Chain starting with the first limb here. Victory taken down. A great anti-nade onto Boot Chop as well. Will they be able to survive? He's on the point, trying to hide, but Goose has him in his sights. Kirito going to finish that kill off onto the Malga as well. Now, the point has unlocked here. Should be seeing a flip come over momentarily, and Goose on this high ground, just able to put out so much damage and healing, of course, when the time suits it. First percentage going to start building for the side of Way2Thanos. It's going to be Martian over on this Xion. Honestly, wildly different compositions that we're getting to see from both of these teams. Makes it really interesting. Chain goes in for the slam. Does get hit with the hinder, but the Wrecking Ball able to slip out, mostly unscathed there. This has been in the backline this whole time, just pestering the Fallen. It's going to be Trey coming through. Excellent Pulse Bomb onto Victory. Does end up paying for it, though. So numbers are even here. The barrage from Kirito going to swing things back over in the favor of Way2. And a nice little double kill for the Pharah as Way2Thanos is going to hold strong here on Lighthouse. Keep building this percentage. barrage and the pulse bomb committed in there, but Way2Thanos is building up to the other 3 ults. Catch is gonna have this Kitsune rush online first. Are we gonna see him use this towards the point? Boot Chop has already made a beeline for the point. The Malga is set up there. Kitsune rush down main, trying to keep Boot Chop alive here. Does seem to be doing the trick. Martian off of that Xion over onto the Tracers, going to find a first blood in this fight. The point that did go over to the Fallen here. Naruto getting the heals from the Ana and from the Kiriko as well. So Naruto's gonna stay alive here, picks up the Nano, doesn't have the Mirage, just looking for the damage. And the Sanctuary comes out, but it's not in time to keep Victory alive here. Jane putting some pressure onto the point. It's gonna draw everybody back to this point from the Fallen. And there's 5 there when you arrive. Yeah, the Fallen just, they have to let the point flip just go over. They're gonna back up here. Try to regroup. We have some ults coming online, but that Nano onto Kirito did big work here. That Bara already gonna have the Mirage online again. And 90% here. One last chance for the Fallen to get a touch here on Lighthouse. Oh, the barrage right in the face of Catch. He is going to end up getting taken down by Boot Chop there. Pulse Bomb goes through. The Deadeye does not find anything. And although the flip comes through, it is just Boot Chop on this point. Has the cage ready to go. Really doesn't want to have to use it if he doesn't need it.
That'll help.
And it's the right call. Malga's gonna live on the point here. Taking down Chain was massive. Be very, very careful. Yeah, he's gonna use the chain or the cage fight. Just going to catch onto Zispa there, but a secure at least a little bit more percentage on the point here. Now 99%, of course. Way2Thanos just need to win one fight here. And they'll be able to pick up the first point on Ilios. Ooh, Kirito taking up the sky. The headshot actually coming from Boot Chop there. So numbers advantage, as you can see the Fallen just rotating back to point, just bunkering a little bit here. They have a lot more strength, point presence compared to this Wrecking Ball, but Goose has been more or less just uncontested up on this high ground. There really isn't anybody that can access this Ana from the side of the Fallen.
Get in there.
There's the Nano over onto Kirito again, looking for some damage, forces the Suzu out. Nice little pinch coming through, does so much damage onto Benji and is going to find that a limb. Even picks up the kill on to Catch as well. And Cameron TP'd in to try and keep that Farah alive. And that means it has even numbers here, but the Fallen, they lose Boot Chop off the edge. There are no healers alive. It is just on to the DPS, and now just Victory. I didn't get a touch to keep this going. Kitsune rush down the point. Catch has come back just in time to eat a pulse bomb from Zispa. And with that, the overtime's gone. 100% to 99. It was very close here, but Way2Thanos swinging this back over and getting their first point on the board.
Ready for battle.
Alright, maybe a little bit of swap up here. Benji teasing potentially a cat.
We build a new world.
But I think especially when you're playing against this Wrecking Ball, having the Mizuki just seems like a must-have, so to speak.
Hey, how's it going?
5, 4, 3.
And it seems like the Fallen are going to be agreeing with that. Martian with the TP out here, and then probably over onto the Tracer again. Yes, we will have that Tracer matchup coming through. Chain sticking on this Wrecking Ball. Trying to force the TP out. Victory gonna end up falling in. Oh, Benji has got thrown into the well, I have to assume here. It's a great start for Way2Thanos. Point is going to be unlocking soon, and they'll be able to get first percentage on the board.
Hello.
Right now, it really just comes down to these kind of neutral fights, trying to build up to some of these ultimates, and it seems like Way2Thanos is having a much better time finding the opening picks in these neutrals. Oh, Boot Chop manages to get out a sliver of HP, and Benji has actually moved over onto the brig now. So off of that Mitsuki, little bit more survivability, perhaps, and you can still have some CC to try and help you with this Wrecking Ball. Martian trying to pester the back line of Way2Thanos a little bit here, but kind of access that high ground, and Cameron is more than happy to take these duels. Great anti-nade on a boot chop, and unfortunately, catch falling as well. Kirito on this Pharah just doing absolute damage to the Fallen. It's a late kill now. Benji just going for the reset into the well. And more than 50% on the board here, and it doesn't really feel like we've had a very clean fight at all on well.
Positioning underway.
Nano ready to go here. You can see Goose looking to give it on to that Pharah. Patch making a swap as well. Of course, over onto this great Juno now. There's the Nano. Helps build up to this barrage, but might not even be needed. Scar goes wide, but the anti-nade connects. Boot chop. Oh, is going to actually find that headshot onto the Pharah here. Martian with a little bit of follow-up as well. Even numbers here, an opportunity for Fallen to swap this point over, and at 90% for Way2Thanos is now or never here for the Fallen to keep themselves alive in Ilios. There's Kitsune rush across the point for Way2Thanos. Of course, not on the Kiriko anymore for the side of the Fallen. We're able to match that. Boot chop going for a charge across the point here, although keeping this overtime going, and Boot Chop will not be the one to do that. Right into the well with you, Victory, and that is a heck of a stylish ending here for Kirito. Way2Thanos going to pick up the second point on Ilios and claim their map choice. Play of the game as well. I suspect right at the end there, the all cats. No, okay, actually on the first point here, yeah, the barrage. Honestly, fantastic showing on this Pharah, and I don't think I would be too surprised if we potentially saw a Pharah ban come through at some point. 25-4 for the Pharah of Way2Thanos, and fortunately for Victory, just a rough map there. The warm-up, potentially.
MVP. That's how we do.
Kirito picking up the MVP. Probably no surprise. Alright. Now we await our next map selection. And of course, because the Fallen didn't win on Ilios, they will get to choose the map and the mode that we go to. I'm so terrified to open up this FACEIT page again. It's so bugged out for me right now. We'll give it a little reload. It made my Overwatch application very angry. Okay, well, you blink and you miss it, I guess? They were so quick with the map selections and the bans that I tab in, and it's already a lineup is being finalized. 2.5 minutes. Okay, well, you'll just have to give me a moment, I guess, while I wait for the lineups to be finalized before I can figure out what map we're going to and what bans we're banning. I mean, is it an Insta-Pharah ban? Is that what's happening? Oh, well, all right. We shall see here. And we'll see if there's going to be any swaps. Yes, we are going to have Krigged coming in here for the Fallen. Doesn't look like there's going to be any swaps for the side of Way2Thanos, but definitely still time here for them. I'm sure it will also depend on, yeah, the map, the bans, because that's the thing about FACEIT is that you get to do the lineup finalization after the map has been selected and after the bans have come through. Okay, I've got the invite to the lobby. All right, yep, they knew exactly where they wanted to go. It is going to be Flashpoint. We are going to be heading over to Surabasa for map number 2.
Initiating match.
The Fallen looking for an opportunity to tie this series up. For your bans, it's gonna be a Zarya and a Xion ban here. Interesting. I suppose picking Suravasa on its own is probably a pretty good deterrent against the Pharah.
Ready for battle.
I believe the Zarya ban came from the Fallen. Said streamer mode sad. Oh, okay, I missed it. I missed the streamer mode. It must have been Craiged because there was nobody else that got changed. They're swapped in. All right. Everything's on the right side. Everybody's on the right side. Excellent. All right, it's the TP out. It looks like the Fallen are going to be sticking with this Roadhog composition, or this Mauga composition. All right, Lucio Kiriko backlines for both teams. We are going to get that Mauga mirror. The difference, of course, these DPS here. The Fallen are opting for the hyper-mobile DPS lineup of the Tracer and the Genji. A little bit more frontline presence here for the side of Way2Thanos. Oh, and a nice headshot onto Craig. That's going to be the first point. Building percentage here for Way2Thanos. And they are looking to chase down some of these members of the Fallen. Craig is going to make that swap over on until the Reaper go off of the Genji here. So keeping Martian over on that Tracer though, so it's going to be so important for Martian to try and get set up on these angles, try and draw a little bit of attention back from this front line of Way2Thanos. There's the stomp in from Shane. Zuzu's been forced out early for Way2Thanos as well, but Bootrop is so very, very low here. Catch doing his best to keep this tank healed up and does build up a Kitsune Rush for his troubles. Maywall is down, a Kitsune Rush across the point. Yes, and it is going to be Boost going in for a match here. Martian on that angle that we were looking for. Cage committed in here. Feed is good from Cameron and he's up a bunch of that pulse bomb. Everybody from Way2Thanos making the commit to go into that cage fight. Use the beat to sustain through it. Overtime gone, and that is 100% to 0 here on Market.
Secure. Good to see you. Next, flashpoint, garden.
All right, heading over to Garden here. Now, there is going to be the beat advantage for the Fallen, but positional advantage is very much in the favor of Way2Thanos right now. They've already got themselves set up on the point. Kirito has that Blizzard coming online as well. There is the cave. As soon as the engage comes through, the beat catches onto two. The Blizzard, or the Blossom from Zuba taking down Freak there. So a lot of your damage gone. And the rest of the Fallen are going to be sent back to the spawn room. Martian over on to the Echo now, so off of that Tracer. I like the focusing beam to try and take down Chain. The Blizzard not expected in that fight either, so Kirito is going to have that to work with for this next engagement that comes through as Benji and Catch make it's a wholesale swap pretty much, except for that tank on the side of the Fallen. Over onto the bridge, here. There's a Blossom in, hits Cameron, but is going to be traded out. There's the Blizzard, Benji frozen up. It's an icicle to the dome to send that Brigida home. And their decisive fight win here for Way2Thanos, and they got that Blossom out of Craig. So now we're gonna have Martian build up to this duplicate. Potential to have double Mauga on the field. 4 hearts pumping. Kitsune Rush online for Goose, though. There always seems to be an ult ready for these teams. Just one. We'll see how the duplicate fares against this Kitsune Rush. Chain with the stomp in has a Kitsune Rush as well. It is going to be traded out. Top down, though, so there's no tanks for the Fallen, and there's no touch for the Fallen either. And that is going to be Way2Thanos setting themselves at a map point here on the Fallen's map selection. Now the good news for the Fallen is the duplicate was not expended in that fight, and you've built up to a cage fight and this orbit. However, Cameron has that beat ready to go. We saw that come out the last time there was a very successful cage from Bootchop. Great wall here, splitting off Bootchop. There is the beat. Chain actually uses the cage in response and is going to fall. The orbital ray and the duplicate coming out here. It is everything thrown into this fight for the Fallen, and Great going to be on the cleanup duty here as it's a team kill, and that will be the Fallen getting some percentage here on Temple. Managed to get out the beat and the cage fight as well, so pretty good trade. Benji though, gonna have to do some heavy lifting with this rally. Zespa has the Blossom ready to go. Potential to stun out this Blossom, but then there's gonna be a Blizzard coming your way, so. There's the TP and Benji gonna pop the rally just to try and live. There is a snow globe on the point here. Bootchop goes back to try and go for the recontest, and he's gonna get shut down. Benji's rally now gone. It is gonna be great. Popping that Blossom first actually is gonna take down Zispa. Both DPS gone from the side of Way2Thanos, and it looks like it's at least gonna be a stall out here for the Fallen. Cameron picking up a double kill on the Lucio. Bootchop has made his way back to the point, but is not gonna be able to get on for that recontest. It's gonna have to be a regroup here for the Fallen, but one fight territory here to start their reverse sweep on Suravasa. Try and tie this series up on their map pick. However, you are gonna have a tough time winning a fight against this incredible ult bank from the side of Way2Thanos. The cage is gonna be online very, very shortly. It's gonna be an early Kitsune rush out from Goose. Martian is on the point, putting a little bit of presence on, and Bootchop ends up falling there. There's the cage fight coming out from Chain as well. I think canceled almost immediately. Just got creeped in it, and job done. Late kill onto Benji, perhaps. No, it's the TP out just in time catch. Set up on that angle, making sure the flex support can stay alive for another fight. More pressure on the point here from Martian on that Echo, trying to make space for Bootchop to come in. He has that cage ready to go. It's an aggressive beat in. It is going to be the Blossom committed by Zispa into this cage, but does not live through it. First traded out here. Catch with another great orbit into the cage of Bootchop. And all those cooldowns gone from Kirito, and at 99%, it's a team kill that comes through for the Fallen, and they are going to keep themselves alive in this map as well. Get ready to head over to point number 4 here on Suravasa. And it's just next door here. Heading over to Ruins. The Blizzard coming online for Kirito, and for the first time there is not an ult immediately ready for the Fallen in this fight, but Benji going to be able to build up to this Kitsune rush. Fantastic point for both the Blizzard and the Kitsune rush here. Rotation around here for Kirito, splitting off Bootchop as the ice block forced out. Is going to fit in the Blizzard there. Ends up catching Benji, and actually didn't even see Benji frozen in that, but just the damage from the Blizzard is enough to take down that Kiriko, and that will be first percentage on Ruins, picked up by Way2Thanos, and they are flooding forward here. They really want to get that stagger kill on and to catch, but it's not going to happen. The disengage out here as it's Martian, yeah, forcing point here. It's Kitsune Rush just traded out, and Way2Thanos are just going to allow that point flip to come through. Ooh, the Blossom actually committed in there from Craig Zispa with the 3K, and a little bit of percentage here for the Fallen. But it's a pretty big ult commit to not be able to find your way through that initial choke point here, because 3 ults ready to go for the side of Way2Thanos, and the opening pick as well. This one just set up on that angle. Looking to go a little deeper, finds catch as well. Is going to be the duplicate over onto the Malga here. The primary fire of Kirito now going to freeze players in place if you can hold that primary fire on them. Martian experiencing that firsthand, and 95%. It does not look like anybody from the Fallen will touch. That will be Surabasa picked up by Way2Thanos, and that will set them at a series point here.
Play of the game.
Ooh, okay. Great with the play of the game. Some pretty close points here on Surabasa. I mean, Marketplace and Temple, very, very close. Garden on Ruins, just a little bit tougher for the team. This what, 28 and 3. I mean, all across the board, just so few deaths here in Krigged. Fortunately, getting targeted out. I mean, this team of Way2Thanos has done a fantastic job just really focusing down the DPS from the side of the Fallen. All right. So, map number 3, potentially our last map in the series. It is going to be the map selection of the Fallen once again, and they know where they're going to take us. I'm paying attention this time. It is going to be Circuit Royale here. And they're going to come right out and ban the May. So, that is, I think, a pretty good showing of respect there to what Goose was able to get done on that hero. Oh, sorry, Kirito. No, Goose is the support. And of course, this does mean it's also kind of a DPS protect ban, so I don't know. Xion was banned out last. I don't know that we'd see Xion on Circuit Royale, but Circuit Royale is definitely the place where you want your DPS to shine, so Fallen's gonna have to try and empower their DPS in whatever way they can. Finalizing the lineups here, I'll take a look and we'll see if we'll have any other swaps that come through. It's been the same roster for Way2Thanos for the first 2 maps, and just the DPS swap coming through for the side of the Fallen. All right. Big swaps coming through for the Fallen's lineup as we head into Circuit. So, Catch and Martian are staying in, but Ghost is going to be coming in on the tank. Victory is going to be coming in on the DPS, and then Wed is going to be coming in on the support, and the responding tank ban here coming through from Way2Thanos was the Doomfist. So, no Doomfist here on Circuit. I suppose crazier things have happened. Alright, no May, no Doomfist. Just waiting on one from the Fallen. Missing Victory. Oh, actually some swaps. Oh, okay, some swaps from Way2Thanos as well. I was all hyped up by the 3-person swap from the Fallen, then I didn't even look. But looks like we are going to have Performance come in, and Hero's going to come in on that tank role. So Performance coming in on the DPS, I believe. Alright, well, they're going to have a little bit of time here to try and get Victory to connect into the lobby. Alright, well, I guess they had all the time they needed. Alright, let's get ready to head into things here. Oh, better update our score as well. Are we on the right sides? We're on the right sides. Way2Thanos is going to be on the defense first here, so let's take a look at the comp that they're going to run that will not include a Doomfist. And will not include a May.
Ready for battle.
Okay, I mean, I said that the Xion was banned out and that, like, we wouldn't necessarily get to see the Xion, but maybe we will. Again, Fallen's on the attack here, so there's an opportunity for them to
Greetings.
make an adjustment to their composition. Performance on this Widowmaker, though, and then the double flex support being the BAP and the Zen here. Oh, and Kirito on the Pharah. Okay, fun.
Greetings.
Will the Fallen be expecting this? I don't know.
5, 4,
All right.
3.
Ghost coming in to
One.
play some hazard. Wed over on the Juno. Well, they know that there's the Pharah. Okay, Victory was just taking the opening shot, so actually not going to be taking a Widow duel here. It's going to move over on to the Sojourn instead. from Ghost, trying to split off Hero. Has allowed the Fallen to take control of this bridge, but the poke damage that comes through from that Pharah, have to be very careful. And the Discord Orb, of course, going to be detrimental to Ghost. He does manage to get that cleansed up. Another card is right under the bridge here. A little bit tricky spot, considering Hero's over on that Sigma. Looking for some headshots here. Performance doesn't have that Sig shield to be worried about, but still, that damage can come through from Victory or Martian. And the Discord Orbs from Cameron have just done such a great job of forcing Ghost back. Whoa, great rock coming through from Hero. He's going to send Victory back to the spawn room here. So, could be the disengage that comes through for the Fallen. Catch with a sliver of HP, does not get out alive. And, I mean, that is some teamwork right there. The 3 assists onto that Kiriko. Alright, both support ults are ready to go for the Fallen. Vamp Matrix online for Goose, and the other ults coming online very shortly here for the side of Way2Thanos. Alright, Amp Matrix out. Goose, straight target onto Ghost, who actually manages to get that Jagged Wall in. So buying a little bit of time for the Hazard to back around a corner here, but in a corner he very much is having such a hard time walking forward. It's the solo barrage onto Victory, and so most likely going to pay for his life with that, and he will. Meantime, the Orbital Ray was shot down main there by Wed. Now it's going to be followed up by that Kitsune Rush. So a bit of Clutch goes a little bit wide, doesn't manage to catch Ghost in that. So now it's going to allow for the Fallen to make excellent use of the Kitsune Rush. Pushing forward here, but as it dispels, no limbs come through from it. Pressure is being kept up there. There goes the rail gun. Overclock not finding anything just yet. Did fade out that Transcendence though in the down forward fall here. Didn't believe it actually connected onto anybody. 60 seconds here, and it's gonna be an opening hit on to catch. Performance has those sights online, looking for something. Oh, is going to find a little bit of damage from Martian there. Another Amp Matrix from Goose, and the Fallen just have to wait. They have to play around this corner. Can't beat all the damage that's going to come through there. Martian's building up to this Satsuki spree. The only ult that's going to be on the board a little bit here.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. The Fallen need to put a fight together to try and spike this payload into the first checkpoint. And you lost Victory early here. Performance on that high ground. Doesn't have the shield to worry about. Suzuki free in. Excellent Suzu to keep Martian alive. Going for the high ground. Does end up finding Cameron here. Prophetic Flux connects on to 2, but the Orbital Ray from Wed doing a good job keeping the team alive. It's overtime now. Hero is on the point contesting. It has not slid into the checkpoint just yet. And another member of the Fallen back in the spawn room catches down, and that is so much healing now gone. Wed doing the best they can to try to keep Ghost alive. They have a sliver of HP. The Transcendence is out for Cameron. Throw in the Amp Matrix. How about a barrage as well? And that is it. What a hold here on first point for Way2Thanos.
Score 0.
Gonna deny that capture from being picked up.
Sides.
It's a big defense here, but it is not unwinnable. It's gonna have to be a very formidable defense here. Preferably on kind of the first corner slash the bridge for the Fallen. But to see what they're gonna put together to try and make that happen.
Ready for battle.
Okay. Yep, Wedge potentially over on the Yari here. Like it. Alright. Time for some Widowmaker duels, perhaps? Yeah, it doesn't look like Way2Thanos is gonna swap anything up on their attack here. They had a pretty successful defense, so worth at least trying this composition that they did so well on. As I say that though, Cameron over on to the Juno, having that speed could be beneficial here for the Way2Thanos team. Victory is on that Widowmaker. Looking for the Pharah. A little chunk of damage there, but not the headshot that he was looking for. Ooh, another good chunk of damage. And now Performance is aware that there is another Widow on the field, so we'll see if take those duels. Again, having this big shield, great benefits here for the Way2Thanos team. Speed in, excellent rock to connect on. Cameron ends up falling, but there's a headshot coming through for Performance. Goes finding another one though, and the hazard for the side of the Fallen, keeping this payload underneath that bridge. Wed is still coming back from the spawn though, so the Fallen's likely gonna have to give up a little bit of space here. They don't have any ults just yet to try and make a stand on the corner. Dragon Wall comes in, Martian picks up Kirito, but Wed just got back into the fight and immediately sent back to that spawn room. And now payload is out from underneath that bridge. Ghost dives in trying to find something, but it is crumbling a little bit here for the Fallen. Hero with the Gravitic Flux. It's going to connect on to Victory. Catch coming in for a recontest. It will not matter. And that will be it. Way2Thanos will pick up Circuit Royale and they will take this series 3-0.
Play of the game.
Oh, the BAP play of the game. Okay, you love to see that.
Get into the field. Healing you up.
Some strong moments here for the side of the Fallen. I think especially on Ilios and Saravasa, some moments where they really looked like they were going to be able to kind of take the map away, but not able to seal the deal, and Hero with the 0 deaths there. Great showing from both of these teams, and unfortunately for the Fallen, that does mean that they are not going to be able to tie up their win-loss here. This will be putting them at a 2-4 here in the Masters Division. But still lots more Overwatch to be played for these teams. Not today, though. But the good news is that I will be back on Sunday for a rescheduled match. It is the Fallen versus Leica. I'm super excited to see that one. I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are eager to watch that one as well. I think they're a bit of maybe a fan favorite. But that will be same time, same place on Sunday. So check back in Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern to watch some more FACEIT Masters Division. I've been Rain. Thanks for tuning in and supporting the Fallen. And I will see you on Sunday.